All right, I'm just going to show you how I would close out in this situation. Above, I was able to close out on the bottom. There's really nothing that affects my handle or that my knuckle bumps on. So the top pane, I'm able to close out on the bottom pretty easily. Now we're going to talk about the situation where you've got a pretty deep sill, deep sides. That's why I prefer everyone on the team to have one of these kinds of handles, because I can take it, right now it's currently on a 40 degree, I can bring it up to a 10 or a 5. This goes all the way to -20. This is the Mormon 2.0 handle, and I like having this on my tool belt because I can throw a brass channel on there, what have you. We can go over the specifics of this tool in a little bit, but I like to have this tool on your belt all the time because specifically for this situation, you can close out on the bottom, you can close out on the side, and you're not going to bump out on the sill. So you'll watch what I do with my hands as I'm getting ready to close out. So I'm coming across. I do have to adjust my hand just a little bit because I'm now dealing with a different angle. And because this handle is designed the way it is, I can close out on the bottom, no problem. Or I can close out on the side. You can do the same thing with the Unger 0 degree handle. As long as you have one of these types on your belt, you should be fine.
Feba, what do you do if you don't have this handle readily available? If you just...
Let me see here. Sometimes I actually have to do it. So I'm going to put it back to 40 degrees.
You can see Feba has his index finger over the top of his squeegee to add a little bit more guidance if necessary. And you can see he's having a hard, he's about to hit the bottom there, but he's flexing his wrist so that his arm comes up a little bit while the squeegee goes down.
I'm just, as I'm going from, just watch what's happening is I'm pivoting the squeegee on the last pull. So I'm coming across, coming to close out. Okay, I'm going to start bringing my wrist out, my elbow out, and I'm going to start to I'm going to try to maintain the contact of the squeegee on the glass. So I'm pulling that handle out. Sometimes it's not sometimes it's just not going to stay on the glass. So you just have to be prepared to double detail.
And when you get to that bottom track, this is a great time to take your trash towel and run your trash towel along the bottom track to clean that off.
Right. This is what I do when, this is typically why I enjoy using my microfiber, specifically for the tracks. These things can get really dirty, but they still clean. I can take this, the microfibers are relatively cheap, and when it starts to get too wet, I can just wring it out, and I usually get a full job or two done on the microfiber. So the other thing I wanted to say was, I know this is a lot of information, and this is all stuff that you get that eventually becomes automatic. Photobomb featuring our lovely dog Rosie. So again, why I like to use the trash towel. We have multiple jobs in a given day, and so I like to preserve the life of the detail towel. So like Sarah was pointing out, I'll use 2 fingers. I'm going to use 1 finger to ride up on the frame of the window so that I'm actually cleaning the frame and I'm creating a dry zone at the same time. So I'm running along the top, running along the side, and it looks like this without it. Finger on the top, finger on the side. And some people actually create a dry zone with their fingers.
And note that Feba with his other hand was holding the rest of the towel back. The reason why we do this is that if your towel is a little bit on the moist side, it doesn't flick back at the window.
When the window is relatively in this configuration, what I actually like to do is I like to come in from the middle, real time, come all the way down to the corner, come across top corner, come all the way down. I actually like to come across like this, create a final. At some point you get really fast at it, but it's something that you acquire over time. I'm gonna see if I still have the Sorbo. I love the Sorbo for that reason. It's just just covers the
And
glass
as you
surface.
get more and more into window cleaning, you'll have your preferential tools. Each one is a little bit different. All right, and that's how you do it.